So right now we will see some examples of how to view, how to interpret the Ichimoku charts. I'm taking an example of Zen Technologies, right? So this stock back in 2016-17 was like 40-50 rupees, and now it's around 2000 rupees. So I'll just try to see if we can find with this chart the buying and the selling area and see if we would have ride that wave of going from 40 rupees all the way to 2000, right? So I'm back in 2017-18 graph area. I've selected a weekly chart. So this is a Ichimoku chart for this. So first, what are the bullish rules here? So bullish rule is your price should be above your um, cloud, and then also the the blue line should be going above the brown line, and that's your buying point. So let's say we are in I'm coming here. I'm right now in 2017 September. I'm looking at this. Right now, the volume is increasing. That is, so I was talking about momentum as mass into velocity. Now the mass is gathering here. So there are a lot of buyers coming in September of 2017. And then what is the direction of the move? It is moving high. So the mass is moving the direction high. So that means this is a bullish sign. So in this month of October 2017, the green bar, so I'll expand is this. So you can see that the price is going above the blue line. And then the next month, the price is going above the brown line, but it is still below this red cloud. So it is not a perfect bullish signal. So it is like a minor bullish signal, but on a weekly time scale, right? So let's say I'll put a pin here on, and I'll say that it's a buy here at this point. So I'll say this is uh, a buy. So I buy here, and then next 2 weeks, October 2017, again it moves 18%. You can see that at the top, 18% move happens on October 2017. So my conviction increases because I can see that more people are now buying. I will also buy here at this moment where it breaks the cloud decisively. So now, what is my exit criteria? Exit criteria is I will wait till the price crosses the um, uh, the one of this blue line, brown line, or the cloud. The key here is when there is a cross, I want to also see the momentum here. So is the volume high or low? That is also I want to keep track of, because sometimes the prices can cross, but there may not be enough volume. So those are all like some false positives that you need to be looking at. But let's say this is my entry criteria. Entry criteria is fulfilled, I'm buying. And let's see if I have an exit criteria, and whether is there exit criteria and I can get out. So now the price goes up, up, up. Then here it starts dropping, but still it is above the blue line, and still it is above the blue line. And here it starts coming above the blue line. I might, if I am a risk averse investor, I might actually sell here as well. So let's say I'm going to have this. Let's say I'm calling this a sell here. So this is my one of the cells. Or if I don't want, if I'm okay with the risk, I can still have my sell placed at this point here. Okay. So let's say you entered the stock at this point. So this is 63 rupees on which month? October 2017. You might have an exit here for 130 rupees. So 130 rupees minus 63 is like almost 70 rupees, right? So it almost doubled your investment here within the space of February 2000. Here, this is February, uh, Jan 2018. This is October 2017. So within the space of 5 months, you have doubled your investment. You could sell here and you can get out, right? So that's your one of the sell. Or you can wait till this second bearish cross. So here, It came, but then it didn't cross the price did not cross the brown line. It again bounced back up, but now it going up. But once again, few weeks later, it crosses the brown here. For me, technically, this is a weak signal. That is because you're now making a lower high. So first a higher high was at 160. Now sellers are selling even at 140. So this is telling me more information that there are more people are now trying to sell here. So that is my reading in this case. So I could have sold here. I could have sold at this point, or I could have sold at this point here. Now I'm more convinced that this is going to go down because I'm seeing the trend is starting to reverse because we are putting a lower high. So you can see that again a lower high, again it goes down. So now at this point, the price is now gone below the red light, the cloud as well. So that means it's a clear bearish signal. So
So,
I'm not
red
I'm
line.
not shorting the stock, so I go out of the stock completely.
So cloud, red
Yes.
line, blue line. So it is below everything. So it is a proper bearish signal, right?
So this is the proper bearish signal here. So here you have the bearish signal, but then it tried to go up, but again failed here. So here one bearish signal and then second bearish signal. In
Hmm.
fact, there are four bearish signal. One is the price is coming below the blue line,
Hmm.
but you don't usually go by this. So you don't usually sell by this indicator because this is the fluctuations that usually happens. So you have to live with those. So I usually don't go by the blue line, but I
Hmm.
do go by the but if there is a trend reversal, but here you can see that the sellers from 160 have come down to 140. 140 itself, there is a resistance now. So that means that is actually adding me second evidence that there is a bearishness coming in here.
Hmm.
Okay. So, and also here you can see that when this sell happened, the volume was very high at this moment.
Hmm.
Now, so for me, I would have sold personally, I would have sold at this crosshair, March 2018, I would have sold, not
Hmm.
at this one. I wouldn't have sold it here.
Hmm.
So now this is like going down. Now it's already, in fact, here in this area, it is already down below the cloud, right? It's
Hmm.
below the cloud, it's a bearish. So I don't do anything. I forget about Zen Technologies until June 2020. After the COVID, I see that the price is again going above the blue line and the brown line. There is a golden cross happening here. The blue line is crossing the brown line, but it is still below the cloud. But I make the buy again here.
Okay.
I make my buy again here at 45 rupees.
Or you can
Okay.
wait for
Now
it
it goes up.
and wait for it to go above cloud and then make a buy decision.
You can also make a see. It's like I have two buy zones. So one maybe I add 25% here.
Hmm.
Then if it goes above the cloud, I might add 75. It really depends on what is my risk assessment. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
So but this is on a weekly chart. So in a daily chart, it would have already gone past the cloud. Okay, at this point. So in
Hmm.
the weekly chart, for me, if it goes above the price goes above the blue and the brown line, that is a positive for me personally. So
Hmm.
I will buy, in fact, 75% here. I will add more at here in this place.
Yeah. Okay.
So now already I made a in the year of 2017 to March 2018, I would have made 100x here on the stock. And then for 1 year, or in fact for 2 years, I don't touch the stock at all because it is not. So let's follow the graph here. So it is coming up. The blue is crossing the brown line. So it is giving a buy signal at this point for me. So maybe I would have bought here as well.
Yeah.
I would
But,
have bought here.
but you would not have lost a lot of money.
Yeah,
Was
it would have, but the thing here is I may not have bought here because you see that the volume, look at the volume here. The
hmm.
volume is very less here.
Hmm.
Okay, in fact, I would not have bought this because it is a false volume. So there is no volume here. Look at the volume in this place. So
Okay.
when this crossover happens, that's why you need to look at the volume as well.
Hmm.
In this case, there is no volume. It's a false breakout.
Okay.
So I would not have made my a decision here to buy.
Hmm.
So for me, it's still down. But at this point, you see here the volume is picking up. So from the volume here is, let's say, on the 8th June 2020, I see that it is 3 million shares traded. Next week, again, 2 million shares traded. The
Hmm.
previous weeks, it was 200K. So it almost the volume has gone up by 200, 10 times here. So there is some kind of a push momentum happening here. So I would have bought here, not at this point. So now I bought here and here.
Hmm.
So let's follow the graph here. So
Hmm.
it's still above the cloud. So it is totally bullish. It is above the cloud. And now this is going below the cloud here. So for me, this is a sell signal. So I would have actually sold here in this place.
Okay.
So I would have sold at here. So in this place, my buy price would have been 74 August 2020, and I wait till March 2021. For 8 months, I get 10 rupees, 10 by 75, maybe some 15% return for this 1 year. So it's a less return. So this did not work out for me. So I go out.
Yeah, but
Now
still
I come
15
here.
is a good number, right?
Hmm?
15 is still a good number. 15% is still.
15 is still a good number. Now I follow the graph again. I follow this. Then all of a sudden, here, huge volume, 14 million on this week. The price goes above. So I'm becoming a buyer now again. In this 14 million week, I
Hmm.
buy this. Let's say I buy this at the end of the day, which is 90 rupees. Okay,
Hmm.
now there is more conviction for me because this 14 million outright, like all these for last 5 years, it seems like a biggest volume day at on this week.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
now the price is above the cloud. It does come below here, but
Hmm.
I'm not going to go out because for me this buy was such a huge buy that I'm not going to get disturbed by this low volume sell here. You see this volume sell on the 16th August, it's
Hmm.
only 550K.
Hmm.
So some people bought this stock at 1 month before for 14 million stock
Volume.
went high with the 14 million volume. I'm not going to be easily selling this at this one. So this is an assessment you make. In
Hmm.
case if you are strictly following this, then you would have sold here.
Yeah.
Okay, because the price is coming below the cloud here, or not below the cloud, it is entering the cloud.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
next week itself, again it goes high.
Hmm.
Okay, let's say even if you sell, let's say by strictly following the rule, I sell here and then again buy here, which is at 99 rupees I buy. So this is at a loss. So here I would have made it at 86 and then I sell it at 83. And then the next week I buy it again at 99 rupees because now it has again broken the cloud. Now let's see how far we can ride this.
Hmm.
So I bought at 90. I write this here. The price is still above the blue line and the price is above the brown line. For me, I always look at the brown line. So here it comes. Now blue line crosses the brown line. So this is another selling area here. So and and I look at if there is any volume. I don't see much volume here. If you
Hmm.
look at this, the volume isn't much. So
Hmm.
look at this volume here, look at the volume here. So I might sell here. I might sell here, but I might still hold on some stock because the volume is not much.
Yeah.
It's not convincing me that it's a big sell. So I might wait for the crossover, the cloud cross below the proper price to cross below the cloud. So I'll
Hmm.
wait for this. So usually I make my decision one day after. So if this breach happens here, there should be continued breach the next day. Here the continued breach did not happen on the 16th May. It is
Hmm.
actually again going up. So for me, this is not a sell again here. But had this green bar been a red bar and then it come down, this is a clear sell. But I'll wait for this. This is why, in the indicators we talked about how the cloud acts as a support and resistance. In this area, this cloud here is acting as a support. Okay. So this is acting as support and people are now coming in. So I still hold on to my stock. I might sell a little bit, but I still have it. And now at this point, there is again volume picking up. I buy here. So I'm already having this in the portfolio where I bought it at 104 rupees or 90 rupees.
Hmm.
I partially sold at 186, so which is a double the amount. I doubled my money here in the space of 8 months. Then again in February 2023, I add at 210 rupees. And I can see continuously the volume is increasing. You can see this volume here is so much bigger than here. So the volume is increasing and the price is also increasing. So more and more people pile on. So the price is above the blue line and the red line. Now let's see what's happening. The price is above the blue line and red line. Here, only in this point, the price is dropping below the red line. So this is a sell point for me. So I would have sold some of my stocks here. But then the next week, again, it goes high with something. So it really depends on, you see, this stock has what? Gone from 200 rupees all the way to 750. Sometimes I will resist. It's, the emotional part of me would not want me to sell at this point. It will see if we can ride this. But if I want to strictly follow the logic, then I might sell some here. Not fully, because I will only sell fully if it is goes below the cloud. Okay. So, and then I add some more again once it crosses again here. So right now, what has happened? The investment that we made here at 214, already we were in investment if here we invested at 90, we sold some here, and then I bought more here, and then you can see the momentum is increasing. So this 200 has now become 730 in the space of 8 months. So you have made 3x. Then again, you
That's
can clearly see that the price is far, far above the cloud here. So it is completely bullish, still bullish, still bullish, and still bullish, even today, right? So if I had made that investment based on the momentum logic on January 2023, or even before that, on September 2021 at 99 rupees here, but right now I'm still staying in the stock. It's part of my portfolio at 1840 at this price. So this is the power of momentum investing and the Ichimoku Cloud. So if you're really sticking to the principles, and even at once in a while you might exit out with a slight loss, but it still is going to give you phenomenal compounding power in this, right? So you are actually going in and going out. So this is, see, I have taken an example where you had a multi-bagger returns. So this is to provide an example of how the Ichimoku is able to, or momentum investing able to use that, and also, you part of the being the wave. Here, I have not done any fundamental checks on the company. I'm purely going by the volume data and the price data. Any questions?
Yeah, so basically, even in fundamental analysis, if we can include a technical analysis, we can actually improve our returns far better. So you know when to make an entry, when to make an exit. So this is a very good thing. So are there places where this just follows Nifty? Nifty was at its low in COVID, March 2020, and then it kept going up. So is this something that just follows it, number
Yeah.
one?
In fact, Nifty is an even better example, because I can show you that this is the COVID, right? So COVID, what happened? So yeah, this was the bottom, right? The March 2020 was the bottom. But here it says that don't buy here because it's still price is above. But as per this, the buy here in the Ichimoku is on the June month, where you say 10,000 at 10,000 when it crosses this, or when the golden cross happens with the blue line crossing the brown line in 11,000 at July 2020 is one buy. And then here you see that the cloud is disappearing. And from here on, it keeps on going up. So, and it takes support at the Tenkan-sen.
Got it.
It keeps going up, and then you can see that sometimes it comes here and takes the support of the cloud, and then it reverts back again. And
Hmm.
then again, it goes up and takes the support of the cloud, goes up again. But here you can see that this is a downward trend. So you can see that lower highs. So you have a 18,642. Then the next high was 286. Then 18,078. Then 17,000, then 16,700. So you can see that clearly at this period that it is trending down, right? So I would have exited at this point here when the blue line crosses the brown line. I would have done an exit,
Hmm.
and I would not have participated in the downward move till here. But the moment the price is again going through the clouds and going, and the golden cross happens at this point in August 2022, that's a buy for me. From here on, you can see that every time it comes down, it takes a support at the cloud and then it goes up. And you can see that sometime it takes a brown line as the support and then it keeps on going. Only now, this last week, you can see that decisively the the this
Yeah, the
the
price
price has
come down
breached the
to
here.
down
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. The one
Okay.
caveat I would say is when you're looking at the index stock, it's difficult to look at the volume because the volume is not is not really a indicator because it depends on the amount of liquidity and trading that happens on a day. So uh, when you use your Ichimoku indicator, don't look at the volume for the
Those
Nifty charts or Bank Nifty because that's not going to provide you with any
got
good
it.
input.
All right, so can you go to February 2020? Did it show any indicator that there is a fall in March? Just
Yeah,
again.
certainly. So you can see that.
So in
See,
February, what is
see, it can provide the volume basis. So you can see that the volume is showing that is on these days increased, but it is difficult to say that. But
in
you
March?
can see that the Jan 2020 and the next week, you can see that it has crossed the blue line crosses the red line, but it's not a sell here, but it's definitely a sell in this area.
Got
On
it.
2nd March,
The
you can
fall
see that the
happened
red line
down
crosses
20th
the
March. Yeah.
yeah. So here, and in fact, the next week, so the moment after the Monday where there is a gap down, this
Hmm.
is a real bearish indicator that the gap there is a gap down and there is a fierce selling. So the real exit point was 10,753
Hmm.
here.
Got it. Within a
Um,
week, it fell 40%.
Yeah. So
I
if you
have
want to
one
look at the
more
live,
doubt is
what is yeah.
the golden cross is a key period. So I was seeing all the charts, whatever the example. So that is one of the key factor to decide whether you enter or exit, right?
So
So
you have
is that a correct
let's say you
statement?
have a light green, dark green, right? Light green is like a first signal. So golden cross is your first signal. The
Okay.
more bullishness comes in the second one, which is when your price crosses the cloud, goes above the cloud. So if you see here,
Okay.
at this point, the golden cross happens where the blue line crosses the brown line here, but it is still below the cloud.
Brown line.
So, but then
Yeah.
it is one indicator which is positive. But then the strong bullishness comes in when price crosses the cloud itself.
Okay.
So this is where
Okay.
it comes down to your assessment of the market. Also, like maybe you might have some view on fundamentals that the market is improving, or it cannot be any worse. So
In
you can use those assessment to say that even with this just a single cross, I will make it as a bullish buy call.
got it. So can we short the market as well if it goes below the cloud? That can also be a good option, right? Even for short.
Yes. Yeah, we can also short below the cloud, but with the indexes, it's always it's with indexes you cannot easily see that because
Hmm.
Nifty and Bank Nifty and all these are like they recover. They don't stay down for long, right? It's
Correct.
very but in stocks certainly you can look at that.
Hmm.
If you mean okay, you want to give me any stock example where bearishness you want to follow?
Mm, right now, maybe we can go to Asian Paints, Nestle,
Asian Paints.
or
So
HL.
now.
Stocks have been battered in the recent past.
So you can see that
The
uh,
next one.
this
Hmm.
is a weekly chart, right?
Hmm.
So we'll take a look back. So from 2020 onwards, this is bullish, goes up, and everything is above the cloud. And um, now here it took support. The March 2022, it took support of the cloud and went up, but
Hmm.
then it did not do a higher high. It did a lower high.
Yeah.
So this is one bearish signal right in April 2022 itself. It
So
went down below the crowd. So here is one bearish signal. Again, it's here. it's like oscillating in this area, right? So you can see that there is no clear trend here. In these cases, what might have happened for you is you might have taken entry points. You might have taken a bullish entry here and then again sold within like 4 weeks later.
Mm.
This is a problem of the Ichimoku would not help you if it's a consolidation market. So if you
Mm.
put a rectangle on this, in the whole 3,500 to 2,500, that's the trading range since March or Jan 2022. It cannot go higher than this this area here, correct?
Correct.
So let's say I saw the bullish signal here, I entered here,
Mm.
but I got resistance here. It's not going up. It's
Mm.
getting rejected.
Yeah.
Again, it comes here. I will buy here, but with the understanding that I want to make sure that this last time it got rejected, let's see if it rejects again here. So I will not buy too much in this case because I want to see if it breaks through here. Okay, it doesn't break through. Again, it rejects. It comes down. Again, it gives me a bullish signal. I might enter again to check whether it's passing the 3,500. So if it's not, then again, it will be a sell for me. So in fact, these kind of stocks,
In,
you need to be aware that it could give you the false positive. So
uh,
you need to be, that's why you will make some trades where you will go in with the buy indicator, but you might sell again
yeah,
for 10
be
to
at a
10% or
10%.
5% loss. Yeah.
No, you can sell at a
And
10% profit weekly.
10% profit or so
Trading
that's
you
why your
can do, or you can.
position sizing also matters. That is, you will buy, but you don't need to buy for all the 100%. You might buy for 20% and then wait for the next resistance break to happen. If it break happens, then you put that conviction buy, right?
Yeah.
And here, what has happened last few months, last few weeks? So you can see that it's still not going up, so it got a rejection, and
Mm.
then the price has a strong cross. So on a
Yeah.
single day, it
So
moved
that's,
how much? 7% down,
yeah,
and then it keeps on
8%,
going down.
8.3%
Yeah,
on the result. It was a very bad
yeah.
result.
So I would have sold at this day. That is when you have the 28th October. I would have sold out because this was a clear rejection, or I would have even sold out here on this day
Mm.
when you had on the 30th September. And
Yeah.
now there is nothing. I will not even touch this stock till the trend reverses.
But yeah, it will take a quarter or two things
Yeah,
to.
it will take a quarter or two because if you just project this lines here, you have the blue line here, you have the brown line here. The
Mm.
blue line will have to come like it has to
Mm.
um, what the blue line will have to do like this,
Mm.
and then brown line will have to do like
Mm.
this,
Mm.
and then blue line crosses the brown line and the price goes high. So you will at least take another 6 months to
Mm.
recover this one.
Yeah, got it.
So
So
this is a time correction that needs. Now the price has corrected. Now there is a time correction for this
it may not go
moving
up
average
or
to
down in the
cancel.
next 6 months. It will
Yeah,
consolidate. Then, whenever we see a trend changing, we can purchase it.
right. Yeah, so now right now it's a you don't. So in fact
So,
it's like a short on every rise.
Ichimoku is one of the better technical indicators, right? Compared to everything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But
Uh,
but
can be a little more.
one indicator cannot you have to rely on many indicators. You cannot just go with one because in the exact example I showed you here that you do have that possibility that you are stuck at consolidation. So
Yeah.
you have to have your own resistance and support lines drawn and use this in accordance with those other things as well.
Okay, concluding section.
Ichimoku,
We have a
yeah,
minute.
Ichimoku will be really useful for beta, like the small cap or the mid cap stocks where for months and months you don't have any volume, like there is no interest. The company is under it's going on. Then all of a sudden it does something. Maybe they won a deal or a change of management or something happened, and there is a positiveness coming into the market or some new investor is coming in. So that's when the interest picks up, the stocks movement picks up. That will be very visible in the Ichimoku because you will see the sudden change in the volume and also in the momentum.